Garalon's almost ready. Time to get us moving. Let's see how this goes. Vulfar is being polluted, so I think I can fix that easily enough, though. Rush a little bit. Which one's cheaper, actually? Yeah, that one's cheaper, so I'll rush that. And since it's a rich world, yeah, I can move production on there, even though it's just going to help with the pollution even further, because these guys are not very bright in general. I am starting to get low on food reserves, so I need to be mindful of that. That's going to be an issue in a couple moments when I start getting too much population for my own good, especially with the freighters are capped out. I just realized. So I need to build freighters quickly. At least I remembered to go to my home planet there for the cheaper reserves, or the cheaper rushing of my freighters. So that helps solve that problem in an instant. Okay, we got one battleship versus my Garalon. I think we already know how it's gonna go. They don't even need to be here. Just witness the power that is Garalon. Oh, it's not even a battleship, is it? It's just a cruiser right now. Oh, I feel sorry for that thing right now. I feel so very sorry. And that is why. It just died instantly. 8,000 damage in 2 seconds. With probably what? Mostly just the front phasers firing? This thing's gonna be a monster, and I'm gonna unleash on the human fleet next. I cannot wait. That was only a small taste of its power. Just you wait until it actually gets to fight an armada like it did against the Ralyeh last recording. And look where we are. Allows you to build mighty Titan class vessels. Straight to the point. And what is this? The future tech? 3% hit points, so I don't know honestly if that affects the shields or not. That's the only thing I'm wondering. And of course, reduced hull or mass is kind of what I'm looking for. But before I really get excited on that, let's take a look at these last few research techs that there are to get, because there's a dark matter reactor, which I think is going to be pretty important for me. And the dark matter beam, that's a tough choice as well. And we have the terraformer, and I might as well just get the super soldier serum, considering bioterminators I could just steal from the Cordracine. So terraformers is next, because I can benefit from that tremendously. That's probably going to single-handedly solve my food issues once I get it underway. Sadly, my poor systems, which would be ideal for the farming prospect, is going to take an eternity to get that underway. So it's going to suck a little bit. And I'll just get my soldiers down here. Let's see. I can see the station, I just don't know which is which. And I'm just gonna have Garalon. Oh, can I seriously not move them? Yeah, what the hell was that? It was turning the whole thing on me, and I don't know why. So that makes a little sense. Ah, that poor battleship. Hell, I'm almost willing to bet these consorts alone can murder it. So let's have some fun, shall we, with this? That's how sure I am of my victory. Is that I can believe a bunch of consorts can destroy him without a single loss. Just like I'm sure these things are probably not going to get a shot off. And to make sure of that, I'm just going to get in close enough. Well, they could have longer range weapons. They are frigates after all, so they might still get a shot off. But if they're mostly point defense weapons, they're dead. Yeah, they have proximity mines. Good night. Wow, all they had was proximity mines, so I don't know if that counts as them getting a shot off or not. Quite frankly. Don't know if it counts. But that is a weird design. I guess it kind of makes sense with the mass influx of fighters they were going for before. They could use the fighters to do hit and run and harassment, essentially. And you can't get close to their fighters or their fleet because the mines are kind of all amassed in the way a little bit. In theory. Now, if only those mines last permanently or something, then it might have been a threat. Alright. Taking bets now. See how well this is gonna go. Because we're gonna hit missiles and all sorts of crap. And the flak, of course, just murdered all of those. Let's see how long this takes. Because it's melting fast. Nice and quick. Although, to be fair, it was still titanium armor or steel armor. Steel, I guess, is still relatively resilient, though. Compared to the other. It's only the mass that really makes it... justifies its durability, I assume. But that did not last very long. Not to mention it had like no weapons anyway, so it's just a floating hunk of debris already as is. There are no troops on the ground, so can 3 soldiers take on a battle station, I wonder? Well, with its shield generators it actually could. And these are all soldiers, aren't they? Yes, oh, they're Mark IVs though. So they have cluster cannons and a bunch of laser batteries. So they don't have much else for them. They don't have the antimatter cannons to pack the punch they need, or a massive amount of frontal fire. They do have a lot of laser batteries and cluster cannons though. So we'll see how this slows it down. It should still go relatively well. Those missiles could be a threat. It doesn't give me an easy way to see their health though. When I have to select them individually, which kind of stinks. So I just need to be aware of what takes the hits. Well, this is going to be nice and simple. It's already pretty much down. I am going to lose my shield in a moment, so I do need to be mindful of that. Although it is losing all its components, despite the fact it's still armored as hell. So, success. 3 soldiers just single-handedly took out a battle station without an issue at all. I'm just wondering, production-wise, where that's at. Is 3 frigates, is 3 soldier Mark IVs actually cheaper than the battle station at this point? I really am curious about that. So let's find out once this loads up, shall we? Once it loads up. I would imagine a battleship like theirs, you would think, if it took into account all the tech there, would be cheap as hell. That's only a single cruiser, but there's a battleship fleet there, so... Okay, destroy that. So... let's have a look at the cost, shall we? Because so far my Mark V's are 312 resources. And I already made a battle station here, so this is probably a bad place to look. So what doesn't have a battle station? Probably Vulfar, if I were to guess. 650, and what were the Mark IVs? Oh, that's the wrong location. Let me see, how much was the Mark IVs in cost? 230, so it's about equal. Just a little bit about equal. My soldiers were a little bit higher considering, but still, they didn't have a chance. Now, let's finish off the Ralyeh, shall we? Considering they have no defense troops here at all. It's just a shame I don't actually have dropships there to kind of easily conquer that. But I can fix that quickly enough. I might as well fit them proper though. Just in case they're rebuilding them because they just lost the freighters that house the original troops that they built. There'll be easy conquest there. Ah, there's the Vulfar fleet. This looks like it might be a fun time. 3 battleships, a couple of frigates, and no one's going to be the wiser. Oh, yeah, this goes to show how out of date most of my fleet is here. I still got a Hercules Beetle Mark II without the canopy shield. That's just, if anything, that just adds insult to injury, quite frankly. Because those poor Vulfar are going to get annihilated. And those mass drivers can cause an issue though. Thankfully the shield's going to hold it beautifully. So I'm not concerned. And I might as well have these consorts defending. Because that's kind of what they're designed for after all. And I really do need to look into updating my Hornets with the... Because really, all they are is a bunch of laser batteries and flak. That's all they are. A very basic concept, but they seem really potent and reliable. Kind of like how my soldiers are right now. Especially with the guard ships. The guard frigates there, which are almost entirely spinal laser batteries. So I think an update is due for them as well. And the only reason I haven't started on the Titan ships just yet is for obvious reasons. It's going to be its own episode once I finish with this recording. So I'm going to have it at the end of this recording. Which actually, I probably should get ready to stop. End this recording early, I think, just so I have an excuse to get started on that sooner, quite frankly, because I do want to work on them. We have battle station. Oh, this is the same attack fleet as before, so yeah, it works out fine. At least this battle station is going to be a little bit more of a threat, because it has shield generators, it has the mass drivers. Whereas the Ralyeh don't even have mass drivers, they just got laser cannons. Or no, they're using just artillery basically. Oh, and they have a proximity minefield. So, oh, and they're actually dying or just straight up exploding too, so that's not an issue. I'm not concerned. Yeah, because it looks like all it has going is mass drivers even, so I don't really see anything else that's a threat, because the missiles are pointless, they're just getting shot down. And the mines didn't do enough damage to justify it. Alright. It's getting a little repetitive here, because it almost feels like I already won, but I can't really say that for sure until we start annihilating the Cordier scene, because they got a lot of tech to utilize. I just want to deal with these annoyances here before I push against the Cordier scene. So all in good time, because as I was saying about the Titans there, I already got 2 concepts of my Titans already figured out. Meet the Locust, which I didn't put anything just yet because I'm going to do that in the video there, and the Swarm. I only put the power core in there just so I could save the names. 2 Titans. These are going to be the twin Titans that I'm going to start off with. It doesn't look very impressive because of the lower detail, but I cannot wait. Because look at that layout in comparison to my battleships so far. Easily quite larger, although quite frankly the center there seems to be a little bit smaller. than the battleship. But if you think the battleship's been impressive, wait till I get my hands on building these ships. Because the Twin Titans are going to be a menace. I think they're really going to be the only two Titans I actually need. I almost don't think I need to make a third one. Because there's the Pre-Suck Queen, which of course, for some reason is like the most primitive type of tech in the game. I guess it's because of that Titan mode, where you get Titan tech research automatically, but you can only build Titans, I guess. That would be that's what I would think, at least. But I cannot wait. Expect that video pretty soon. I think I'm just gonna wipe out the Ralyeh quickly before I get to that. And there's a little bit of the Vulfar out of here. But back on track. Let's get that going quickly. As quickly as possible. And the Trinity B, might as well get that building my frigates. I just can't remember how many guard ships I have versus my soldiers, so I might as well make half and half of them from the system. And my consorts are about to engage the... well, it's actually a cruiser. I thought it was a battleship. That's unfortunate. We already know how this is going to go then. I thought it was going to be a battleship with its fighters. Because that would have been fun to watch, wouldn't it? All my consorts go up against a fighter wave of a battleship. Oh, and it still does have a fighter wave, but it's not much of one, I'll just say. So, let's get this all grouped together and see how long this lasts. Because we know this is only going to go one way. Because those fighters are not going to last. Because my consorts are quite superior as far as harassing and mobility. Just look at them. They're straight up, I think they're just straight up outrunning these fighters here. So I feel bad for the Ralyeh right now. It is kind of sad though, considering they decided to pick the fight with me. Which is really weird how the AI has been functioning for this game. They have not been declaring war on each other except for the poor Draylocks, which have easily and quickly been assimilated into the Cordrasine Collective, and then everyone else decides to go to war with me. I could kind of understand the Cucks a little bit because they were incredibly aggressive in general, and they are essentially evil, I believe, in their personality trait, and because of their repulsive trait, I guess it is fair to have them behave that way, but everyone else, Jesus. Everyone else just wanted to take my systems rather than fight for their own territory against each other, which bums me out a little bit. It makes this campaign a little bit one-tone, pretty singular, and doesn't have much variety to it. It's just me against the world, and because of stupid bugs and glitches that I kind of exploit, it's looking for me to be the victor of this campaign quite easily. It was rough and intense there against the Cucks though, I gotta say, but everyone else had just had glitched out kind of fleets. I probably should have just autoed this, to be honest. I was talking too much for my own good. Wasn't paying attention. Because we already knew what was going to happen. Yeah, let me finish up the Ralyeh quickly because I already got transport ships on the way. And then we'll get straight to building the Titans. Because seriously, I'm sure everyone wants me to start getting built. Get those things going. And I think then we can start pushing out against the Cordrasine, I believe. Forget how many human ships are still around, or how many systems. Oh, I just lost my transport ship too, damn it. That is annoying. So, the question remains, how the hell did that get past my fleet. This might take a little bit longer than I wanted, which is a little unfortunate. And I have my troop transport here, so we'll take this system, which is ancient androids, and we'll make our way over there.